Bum 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 bum.
Tomatoes?
Hello, and welcome to the video for How Do I Blueprint Only Data Assets with Primary Data Asset class. This is a follow-up video to the What is Data Assets. As a summary, data assets are C++ code that exposes a class to the engine that we can use for storing data. Unfortunately, they require C++ to create the data asset definition. Doing some research and some posts on forums and YouTube videos, we've determined a way to make it where it's blueprint only and you don't need C++. Refer to the original video if you want to know how these are used. This is just going to cover how you would use blueprints only to get the same result. These assets here are data assets. If we open them up, we can see that the parent type here is DA underscore enemy info, which is a C++ class that I created, DA underscore enemy info. If we go to this other one here, DA underscore orc BP, you'll notice the parent class isn't here anymore, and you'll notice it says asset type DA underscore enemy info BP underscore C. We go back into our project settings. This is our data asset using the primary data asset as a parent class. And you can see we have data in here as long as some functions. To create those, you would right click. Let's go to a blueprint class. We'll type in data asset, and you could find primary data asset. Creating a new asset using that as a parent class, so we'll go with PDA underscore test, for example, will give us a parent class, which is similar to a data asset created in C++, except this is created in blueprint only. We can open it up, we can add any variables we want, we can add any events, and then we can use this as our data asset type when we're going to be using data assets. Just keep in mind a few things. They are primary data assets, so when you're searching for them or using your asset manager, which we can see here, the base class is going to be primary data asset, not data asset. In addition, if you're going to search for them, you may have noticed something weird. When I opened up this one, the asset type is DA underscore enemy info BP underscore C. However, our actual class is DA underscore enemy info BP. When you're using the primary data assets, if you're going to search for them by class, even though the parent class is DA underscore enemy info BP, the actual parent class when you create the data asset itself is DA underscore enemy info BP with underscore C appended at the end. And that's important to know because if we're looking in our blueprint here, when we're looking for normal data assets, I can go by the class name. If you're looking for primary data assets that are in your asset manager, you have to have that class name with the underscore C. And that one's easy to remember because if you look at the actual data asset that we've created, if we look at one we have made, so in this case the DA underscore orc BP, it tells us the asset type has the underscore C. Other than that, it works just like the data assets. Just make sure inside of your blueprint, here's a enemy blueprint I've created. For your holder, you're using the primary data asset as the type, or the actual asset type itself, in this case my enemy info BP. They are not data assets, even though technically they carry the same parentage. You want to refer to them as primary data assets, not data assets themselves. And as you can see in here, we can list our normal data assets, which gives us our 4 data assets. We can also list the primary data assets, and it'll give us just the primary data assets based on that class type. And that's it. That's how you can use the primary data asset to create data assets inside of blueprints only without touching C++, get access to the same features that data assets give you, as well as the ability to still use the asset manager by remembering the underscore C is appended to the primary data asset class parent type.